You're a former Vice President of the European Parliament. What is your interest in Iran?
Well, since I arrived to the European Parliament in 1999, I was part of an intergroup of members called Friends of Free Iran, one of the many intergroups that are in the European Parliament. And in this intergroup, we work for democratic change in Iran. And as part of this group, I started to work with all my colleagues that were also struggling for bringing democracy and freedom to Iran. I got more and more familiar with the country, with the problems, with its history, you see. And that's the reason. The reason is that I became member of this intergroup in the European Parliament.
And today, how do you see things, especially from a European Parliament angle and Europe in general, the European Union's position?
Well, you see, in the European Parliament, I dare say almost the majority of members, just to give you a fact, very recently, a few days ago, a resolution signed by 256 members condemned the violations of human rights in the Iranian regime. So, just to give you a feeling of the level of support. In the parliament, the Iranian regime has no sympathy, no support. I mean, for obvious reasons, because it's the most cruel and totalitarian regime in the world, and a systematic violator of human rights, discrimination of women. So it's an atrocious regime. And in the parliament, the Iranian resistance has a lot of support, Mrs. Rajavi has been invited to parliament many times. So completely different is the position of governments. Governments are more in the realpolitik, you know, appeasement, the nuclear deal, trade agreements, this illusion that there is a moderate part of the regime which doesn't exist, and we must engage with Iran, with dialogue, we must support the moderates against the fundamentalists. You see, when this is nonsense, because they are all the same. So, two very different positions. Parliaments, not only the European Parliament, many national parliaments support the Iranian resistance and, let's say, fight for politically for democratic change in Iran, and the governments which are in a more, to be kind, pragmatic position, more appeasement, dialogue, and they do not listen to their parliaments in this respect.